What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Druuill. I'm back at you again with another video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and everybody hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it, all right? This is what we're here to discuss today. Narcissists like to use hypercriticism as a way to shut down their victims and make them self-destruct. Let's talk about it, all right? Hypercriticism is when somebody harshly criticizes you. They're criticizing you more than normal. All right. It's when people use criticism as a way to make you self-destruct. All right. They are using the criticism to make you go hard on yourself. They go so hard on you that you begin to take your imperfections out, or the things that you don't do right or correct on yourself. All right. That's hypercriticism. Hypercriticism is affecting a person so harshly that this person will never feel good about themselves. All right. Everything they do, they're going to think they're wrong. They're never going to feel like they're right about anything. They're never going to feel good about anything that they do. They're not going to feel good about themselves. They're going to have low self-esteem as a result of that. That is another possibility. It could cause the person to have low self-esteem because when you are being so harshly criticized and people aren't giving you a second to try something out or to experience being an individual or experience being independent, they're constantly making you second guess and feel bad about making decisions in your life. They want you to feel bad about the choices that you make. They want you to depend on the choices that they make for you, or they want you to depend on what they think is best for you or what they think is right for you. That's why they're always constantly harshly criticizing you. They want you to think that what you think of isn't good enough. They want you to think that what you think isn't something that you should do or something that you should go with. They want to control what you do. All right. They want you to do what they want you to do, and they don't want you to do what you want to do. So what they'll do is they'll constantly criticize you in a way to make you doubt your own ideas and to doubt your own mind. So you'll never believe in yourself, and you will never think that anything that you could think of is good or will work or will be of value or will be of use to anyone. All right, that's what hypercriticism does. All right, and they will use that. Narcissists will use that as a way to make you shut down. They want to shut down those creative ideas that you get. They want to shut down that trust that you have in yourself and your ideas. They don't want you to trust and believe in your capabilities to be great. They don't want you to trust in the ability that if you think you can do something, that you can go out and do it. They want you to doubt that belief. They want you to second guess that. They don't want you to feel that if you think you can do it, you can go do it. They want you to think that if you feel you could do it, you should think that you can't. All right. That's what they want you to think. Oh, I can't do that. That's how they want you. That's what they want you to feel. And that's why they'll continue to hyper criticize you, because they want to shut down those feelings of success in you. They don't want you to feel that you should be successful because they see that that brings you joy. And those feelings of joy, those feelings of success that bring you happiness, those feelings of success that make you feel like you're going to have a bright future, like you're going to have a good life, that makes a narcissistic person feel threatened. And they feel that your sense of happiness poses a threat to them. They feel that you're trying to out happy them. They feel that you're trying to be happier than them by choosing the life that you want to choose, or by choosing to be a different person than them, or because you are a caring person, or because you're an outgoing person, or because you cheer people up, or you know how to make people feel better, right? They want to do things to make you feel bad about who you are. So because you're an empathic person, because you have certain qualities and certain traits that they'll never have, and they know these things are going to make you feel good from time to time, they're always going to have to find ways to put you down and make you feel bad about yourself. And hypercriticism is one of those ways. That's where you'll always find yourself minding your business, but people are always constantly nitpicking at you, trying to find things to make you feel bad about yourself. You'll be chilling, having a good day, feeling good about yourself. Somebody be like, yo, why'd you wear those shoes? Well, I like this outfit. I thought it looked good and it made me feel good when I put them on. Yeah, I understand that, but I wouldn't have wore them with that shirt. They'll just say random things, and it'll just like that. That'll be the 100th thing that they said to you today or this week. They always have something to try to tear you down in an attempt to make you not value yourself. When you value yourself, when you're happy about your life, it makes them insecure and not be happy about who they are. They're not able to be happy about who they are when you're happy about who you are. It's something that they can't do, something that they're not able to do for other people. They don't have it in them to be happy for other people because deep down inside, they can't be happy about themselves. So it makes them criticize other people because instead of them focusing on what's wrong with them and what they could change or what they need to fix, they are constantly out criticizing you and finding things to fix about you because it takes their mind off of themselves. And that's why they have to hyper criticize you, because if not, their mind will be tear. They would be doing that to themselves. So instead of making somebody else feel uncomfortable, instead of tearing somebody else down, instead of making themselves feel uncomfortable, instead of them tearing their own self down, they have to do it to the person that's nearest to them. So they will make a person basically go through a process of like negative affirmations. Like they want you to affirm all these negative things about yourself. There are certain people that won't let you come around them unless you accept a negative idea about who you are, because they're going to constantly reaffirm all your failures. They're going to constantly reaffirm all the things you weren't successful at, all your downfalls, all your shortcomings. They're going to constantly bring these things up before you and constantly reaffirm them to you so that you know that you're a failure in their eyes, and that you need to feel like a failure in order to have company, in order to be in their presence. And that's what they'll do. They'll put all the things that you didn't do well or complete or finish or succeed in life. They'll constantly hang them in front of your face and dangle them in front of your face. So when you become strong enough to withstand the criticism, then they're going to try to bring up negative things from your past in an attempt to try to bring you down as well. And that's what that's what malignant, they call it malignant narcissists. That's what they do, and that's what covertly narcissistic people do, but malignant more than them, because this type of narcissism is more out in the open. All right, they'll like, this is why they call it malignant. This is out in the open. This ain't covert. These people, they will bring out your flaws. They'll bring out your failure. Remember when you didn't do this right? Remember when you sucked at that? You were a terrible painter. All right. These people, when you start at something, they'll laugh at you and they'll try to put you down initially so you won't continue or try to pursue it. You just starting out and they expect you to be Van Gogh. You just starting out playing piano, they expect you to be Mozart or Beethoven or Stevie Wonder or Miles Davis. All right. They expect you to be the greatest that you can be when you're just getting started, but they don't really expect that. It's all an attempt to make you stop. If they really expected you to be that great and they really meant that, they would help you and assist you, and real authentic hope for you to be successful would be there, because people would be pushing you to go after that and to achieve that and to become successful in that area of your life. But since they're not, since they're gaslighting you, and since they're out in the open, blatantly disrespecting you with things that you failed at in an attempt to try to make you not go after anything else, that's hypercriticism. And that's how they're trying to make you shut down. They're trying to shut you down by forcing you to think about all your failures, by forcing you to remember everything that you weren't good at. So you'll remember more of the times where you didn't do good in life than the times you did do good. And that's what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on all the times you didn't do good in life and all the times you did bad, because that's when they feel most secure. That's when they are able to be around you. All right, they rather be around the failure version of you. They rather be around the version of you that's not successful, the version of you that doesn't want to try, the version of you that will accept their idea of you. They want you to accept their idea of you. And when you don't accept their idea of you, they're going to constantly point out flaws, nitpick, and bring your attention to all the times you failed and all the things you're not good at, all in an attempt to make you shut down and to make you self-destruct. They'll do this to get you to have a bad self-image, because if they can bring down your self-image, they know that they can poison your mind and have you start thinking negatively about yourself. So they'll see that you think positively about yourself. They'll judge this by how you feel about yourself, your mood and your attitude when you're around them, how you respond to them. If you're too happy, they know that you're feeling good about yourself, and they know that you're thinking the right thoughts and you're mentally healthy. But they can't stand that, because that, like I said, it's a threat to their existence. When you're happy and you're too happy for them, they get angered by that. It makes them upset. It makes them angry, because they start to feel insecure. They start to see all the qualities of you that make you happy. You're a good person. That makes somebody happy. You could be there for people. You understand people's issues. You could put yourself in other people's shoes. You know how to help people. You could give people advice. You could heal people. You could tell somebody that'll uplift their spirit, and these are things that they don't like about you. All the qualities that a person would uplift about you, all the qualities about you that a person would applaud and parade, all the qualities about you a person would put on Front Street for good and not for bad, not to manipulate you, not to make you feel bad, not to call you weak, not to call you soft, not to call you what's the word? Not to say you're too emotional, but these are good qualities that you have, and they're actually strong points, because psychology says that the people who care the most are the strongest. The people who are, they quote unquote, the most emotional, as they say, they're the strongest people. All right, they can withstand the most. All right, the people like empathic people can withstand the most. All right, they go through the most and they can withstand the most, and as a result of that, they end up coming out stronger. As a result, because they're already strong to begin with, it just the process shows them how strong they really are, because they put that strength into action. All right, they start to use what they know, and they start to defend themselves, and they start to see and become aware that something's wrong and it's something that they need to fix, and they start to fix it and set boundaries and realize that, wait a minute, just because somebody feels this way about me doesn't mean I have to feel that way. I don't have to be unhappy. Like, these people will have you feeling your whole life that you have to be unhappy. For the longest time, I thought I had to be unhappy. And then I'm starting looking up videos and researching things and reading about things, finding out answers and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't got to be unhappy. I don't got to be sad. I don't have to feel this way about myself. I could feel better about myself. I could raise my value of myself. I could raise my quality of life, how I feel about myself, what I think about myself, what I'm telling myself. I'd wake up in the morning and tell myself all these negative things. And it was because I had the wrong idea about who I was. Because I was constantly being reminded of all my failures and all the negative things in my life and all the negative things about life, not to be happy. You be happy. If you're too happy around certain people, then they take out how they feel on you because of that. And it's called negative conditioning. And they want to condition you negatively so that when you feel good, you know not to feel good in their presence or around them because they're going to attack you for it. So when you feel good, when you feel too good at work, when people see you feeling too good at work, then they're going to come at you. They're going to harass you. They're going to stalk you. They're going to mob you. They're going to make your day harder at that job. When you live in an apartment complex and you got narcissistic neighbors, or you live in an area and you got narcissistic neighbors, they see you trying to enjoy yourself. They see you having a good time. They see you're off. They see, oh, you're off today. They usually like to do this. They try to enjoy themselves. They'll do things to interrupt that, to make that not possible for you, right? They might come over and they might start to nitpick you about your yard, or say your music's too loud, or they might call the police on you because you're grilling and they say it's too smoky or something. They might say the music's too loud, or you have some people over, it's too many cars parked, but nobody's parked illegally. They'll find something. People will find something to take out how they feel on you. When they're a narcissist, they're hypercritical of themselves and of other people, and they want to take out how they feel on others because they see other people around them enjoying themselves when deep down inside they can't. These are people that never will be able to enjoy themselves because it's things about them that they feel too negatively about. And instead of fix them, their mind is constantly eating at them about these things that they never took the time to fix. So instead of work on, these people never said a positive affirmation about themselves in their life. These people never had a positive affirmation to say about themselves in their life. They never once said, I can do it, or I'll make it, or I can change it. Like they think they're stuck in certain situations. So when they see a person who sees the light at the end of the tunnel, or who thinks they could think their way out, or who thinks they could read their way out, or who thinks they could paint their way out, or rap their way out, or sing their way out, or stock their way out, trade their way out, whatever it is. If you think you can do something and it brings you happiness and it brings you joy, people are going to criticize you for that because they see it brings you joy. Anything that brings you joy, just get ready. People are going to criticize you for it, and you better take that criticism, because when people are starting to criticize you for the things that you love to do, you know you're doing something right. So criticism's not always a bad thing. In certain cases, it's bad, but there's some good that comes along with it. As far as once you start to elevate past the bad criticism and you start to get criticized for success, you start to get criticized for doing what you love. That's the good thing about hypercriticism. All right, they call it verbal abuse, right? But what it is when you overcome it after you realize that, okay, hypercriticism, people nitpick me, people are nitpicky, people are always going to have a judgment, something negative to say, a negative opinion. I could either let that stop me, I could let that bring me down, I could let that take my focus off what I want to be, or I could use that to make me work harder, because people will use that to try to shut you down. They'll nitpick you to try to silence you. They'll find enough things wrong about you so you won't be able to find anything right about yourself. And they'll constantly do that, constantly abuse you by finding things wrong about you that they could bring to your attention about yourself. And what that does, it destroys your self-esteem, your positive idea about yourself. It destroys your sense of self, your courage, and it doesn't allow you to feel good about who you are, you know. So when people keep criticizing you like that, they want to make you self-destruct. They want you to focus, they want to get your mind focused on all the negative things about you, and they want that to be your thinking process. They want that to be your thought process. They want you to constantly think about all the negative things about you. That causes people to have suicidal thoughts. But the thing is, people don't care, apparently. So once you see that people don't care about how they're causing you to feel, you've got to you got to start repairing yourself, repairing that situation, repairing that relationship in terms of maybe you got to distance yourself. Maybe you have to go no contact. Maybe you have to never um, see people like that again. Maybe you have to never work at this place again. Maybe you have to distance yourself from these people and only see them when when it's most important.